Dreggs, we finally did it. We're the premiers. Congratulations. And it was awesome to be part of it, to be part of the team this season. It will always be super memorable. Um, my favorite thing about playing for the Dreggs is the way we play the game and who we play the game with. I can't think of a better bunch of people to spend my Saturdays with than the Dreggs. Early days, I used to catch the train, bus, walk, or Uber the final bit, take an hour and a half to get there. Just quietly shout out to Niha and Cookie, making sure that I wasn't absolutely cooked by the time I got to the game, which significantly improved my batting average, by the way. But just showing up on a Saturday, playing this game that we love with a bunch of blokes that we love to play it with, that's what the Dregs are all about. Whether it's raining or hot or there's just puddles everywhere, if there's sprinklers going off, every game was memorable. Whether you took a specky, scored 100, or you dropped a sitter, you got up for a duck, you were treated the same. And at the end of the day, Bobby would go above and beyond to write an awesome narrative about the game, what transpired. It's like a blockbuster experience and would make you feel like you're a bigger superstar than we really are. So I love, playing together with my mates on Saturday and then reading the write-up from Bobby where he goes above and beyond to dig through the scorebooks and find certain statistics to make us feel really good about ourselves. It's been an absolute awesome 7 years with the Dregs. I can't wait to celebrate it with you, and just start next season already. Every Saturday is the highlight of every week, and I miss it already, and I can't wait to do it again with my yellow Gatorade. Cheers.
It's really down to two things for me, the boys and the banter. I look back at kind of the photo of our final squad this year, and could you find a more eclectic group of guys, age range from sort of 25 through to 60. Everyone's lived a different life. Everyone's come from different careers, different families. But when we get out there on a Saturday, and particularly, on grand final day, geez, it feels like one team, and it always has been. And that's what makes it so special.
Howdy gang, how are we? The 2024-25 C1 Premiers. How good is that to say? As per Reese's email, grand final highlight. Well, I've already covered on that before, that moment, soaking it all in, looking out into the stands, family and friends as we neared victory. That was magical. The season itself, I would say the highlight for me this season was the total team effort in terms of performance. It's probably by far and away the best team performance in Dreggs history. Week in, week out, as everyone sticking their hand up, and everyone in this group at one point or another played a key role in a win, which in Dreggs history hasn't always been the case. At times it's been a little bit reliant on one or two players. And to call on the stats, as I love to do, there were 5 batters that scored 200 plus runs this year. First time we've had 5 players reach that milestone in the 1 year. And probably a little bit more impressive was 6 bowlers taking 15 plus wickets this season, which is also a first for Dreggs. Previously, the best was 4, so it shows a significance of the bowling effort. But that highlights how widely spread the contributions were amongst the team. It really was a team effort all year long. And probably one thing that contributed to that I loved, at times there was questions, is this one of our more enjoyable seasons? Is it the most enjoyable season? I think what added to the cohesion, the mentality of the team, the bond of the team, was that week in, week out, we were pretty much drawing on the same group all season long. I think we only used 3 chaps this year, which is rare to use that few fill-ins for a season. And as I say, I think just having that core group, week in, week out, helped build the team cohesion, built form amongst the group, built the bond, and maybe it did make it a little bit more enjoyable. But let's do it all again next year, eh? Replicate it and go back to back. Can.
Ends up in a white shirt. I couldn't find, mate. Good luck.
Glasses.
The bloke bowling now.
So the glasses go.
I don't know, I can't see if he's got glasses.
You too, mate.
How you doing? Geordie, great to meet you. Yes, man. Easily brothers.
Oh. 6.
Still played too deep.
Oh, I love it.
But I could sit on the excavator and be fine.
His straight shot is through here. Oh, shit.
Because I overcorrected from the green. I didn't even think they gave me out.
Do it.
What says swear words?
Dreggs just got
I did.
There was no swearing on it before.
I think he'll enjoy that.
A bit lucky, AJ. Did you get the video?
I
Holy
did.
absolute pies until that one. Change you up.
Hey, cover your eyes, everyone.
All right. Let's go, boys. Come on.
Get red.
Come on. Pump it up. All right. Watch your eyes, boys. All right. Shake it up. All right. I can't get the lid off.
I can get it off.
Twins is premiers.
You've just been man of the match in a grand final, buddy.
I got it.
You guys get in it.
Jack looks never won a Formula One race.
Hey, cover your eyes.
All right. Let's go, boys. Come on.
Get red.
Come on. Pump it up. All right. Watch your eyes, boys. Shake it off. All right. I can't get the lid off.
I can get it off. Let's get a drink.
And then, you know, obviously bringing it up for our skip, who's been at this for a few years. You know, he's had a couple of attempts at it. You know, I know he wouldn't have sort of put that day down to winning, but it's really special to sort of give that to Bobby and give him one of those sort of victories for the Dreggs. We all read his email. We know he's been at this for a while, and you know how special it was to run out there and give him.
Obviously come along every Saturday and play with such a good, fun, cohesive group of guys who all get along. I know that's true for myself because typically I don't enjoy sport if I'm not making a solid personal contribution to the team, and yet I've actually been pretty shit for the last 5 or 6 years, and yet still it's such a fun way to spend your Saturday afternoons. So that's it for me. Winning with a group of guys that you get along with so well, that provide such value each week, is what made it really special this season. Of course, Dazzler's leadership makes it all the more fun and enjoyable. We've all sort of talked at length on that.
All right, my favourite moment of the final, and I've been thinking about this game a lot, like it just goes over in your head like a highlight reel, like a trailer for a movie, like before you go to bed. Like it is, man, I hope I carry this memory with me forever. Like it is such a good game. There's so many talking points and so many moments and so many highlights, so much drama. I actually had two favourite moments. One was like Mitch and Toby worked so hard up top, and they finally got the legendary figures that they were due. 3 for 6 from Tobes and getting out some of their gun bats, and Mitchy 40 dot balls off 42 deliveries. Like these figures are ridiculous in any form of the game, let alone a final where we put 110 on the board. Like it almost defies belief. Which is not to take anything away from the other bowlers who did the job and have been doing it all season, but I thought they were standouts. And my second moment is Phil's energy in the field. Like straight away, he had the belief, and I was a little shaky. I'm like, oh, we don't have a big total, and there was a few scars from that time they tailed us up at Narembone, but he was unshakable. And the chat and the energy he brought to the field, I thought really lifted us as a team. And not just that game, he's been doing it, get week in, week out. So they were my highlights from the final.
In terms of why we love playing with the Dreggs so much, look, it's got to be the culture and the camaraderie and the fun we just have every week. It's next level. It's enjoyable. It gives time to recharge each week and just enjoy the time with the blokes. Have a beer at the end of the game, and just love being part of that environment. So I've got my yellow Gatorade lined up, new tube of deep heat, another box of Voltaren tablets, and some new glasses ready, so I can actually see next year properly when batting, and looking forward to get back into it for 2026. See you then, boys.
What I love most about the Dreggs is probably the fact that, we're all so close and there's the camaraderie. It's not the fact that we won the final or anything, and it didn't really matter if we won or lose, because even the games we lost still felt like a victory, because it was still a day out on a Saturday, have a great day, have a beer, and just play some cricket. Yeah, so I think the community of the Dreggs is what I love most. And I've really felt welcome since I've joined up. It's a really great sense of community, and I feel like a real part of the team. So that's what I love most about the Dreggs.
And in regards to, why I love playing for the Dreggs, I'm sure everyone says it, but it's just because of the people. We all give up a lot of time on the weekend away from our family and our loved ones, and the fact that I get to rock up and play with, a bunch of really, really great people just is really special, and it's really enjoyable. And I've made a lot of great friends in the Dreggs, and, particularly as you get older, it's a lot harder to make a lot of new friends, and to me that just, it makes it really special, and it's why I love playing for the Dreggs, and hopefully long may it continue.
And what a team to be a part of, because whether we win or didn't win, every other season has just as many highlights. The beer after that Bobby epitomised, it's always good on a Saturday with the fellas. Win, lose or draw, fail or success, you always feel the same leaving. Even with a grand final, it almost felt the same as any other day, just a little bit extra special. Well done, fellas.
My highlight of the season, well, it has to be Phil's performance in the semi-final. What a highlight that was. Phil struggling for runs leading up to it, coming out, getting the innings and just smacking the ball all around the field. 4s, 6s. I can't remember the final tally of what his stats were, but it was a strike rate of 200 when the rest of the day no one was coming close. It was Phil at his absolute best, clipping off the pads, driving, and it highlights the fact that Phil, when he was struggling, was still the most positive guy on the team, always rallying the troops, talking positively, and to take that and do that innings was just so special. I was so proud of him, and I was umpiring and was seeing those shots happen, and it's just absolutely brilliant. So match-winning innings, well done, Phil. That's my highlight of the season.
grand final day, you know, the most special moment for me, I think, was probably watching from the sidelines, you know, as the tide started to turn, you know, coming out of the sheds during the break, you know, 111 on the board. To be honest, I was probably more of a pessimist than I was an optimist. Didn't think it was enough. Thought we'd probably be skittled pretty quickly, and probably believe that for the first sort of 5 or 10 overs, you know, even when we sort of didn't, when they didn't have too many on the board. But, you know, I think it was probably around the 4th or 5th wicket, and, you know, probably 10 minutes after that where I went, shit, we're going to win this, and how awesome.
Okay, my highlight of the season, and you can take your pick from some really champagne sort of moments, but it's got to be the young blokes, the new blood coming through. We've had young guys come into the squad before, and for whatever reason they just didn't show the sort of commitment, or a bit too cool for school, or I don't know what it was, but the guys we've got at the moment, Maxigan, Maddie, Morgan, Abdullah, Arav, Adit, I think sensational. I think they bring so much to the team and to the squad, and contribute so much to a depth and just the good times that us as a squad are able to have on the field and off it. And it's just something we haven't had before, but this season it's gone to a new level, and I think those guys are a really big part of it.
What a season for the Dreggs. A great blend of youth, experience, good depth this year has seen us totally dominate the round robin part of the season, and then the semi-final and final. Well, who could forget either game really, but my greatest memory, or one of my greatest memories from the final, was just Bammy scoring that unofficial 50. I still maintain the written book was accurate, the iPad was incorrect. Unofficial 50, and in the context of the game, scoring more than the entire opposition in a grand final, that's some mean feat, Bammy, so well done for that. But above all, it was just the atmosphere of the day, like to be such a small club, have such a great support base there on the day. The noise they were making for a park cricket game was next level. And just to be part of that, I've never experienced that in my life, and just to be part of that was something else. So
if I had to pick my favourite moment from the game, it would probably be at the halfway point where I wasn't feeling so great about our chances, but you know, Dazzler pulled us into a huddle on the field, and his passion for the game just really fired everyone up, fired me up, and made me feel like we were ready to go out and win that final. So that was probably my favourite moment, the fact that, you know, Dazzler's energy and his passion just really is just so contagious and gets into everyone, makes you feel like you can really do something for the team.
Of the final, and there were just so many highlights, was watching Mitchie bowl such an amazing spell that really spearheaded us to victory. I think the reason why that story resonated with me so much is because I'll never forget, I think when Mitchie or someone else told me how he'd only really taken up cricket in his early to mid-30s and hadn't really played a lot of it beforehand. And I think that it's just an amazing story, because it just shows, you know, if you have some sort of a sporting dream and you just apply yourself and you have a lot of weekends where it either goes your way or doesn't go your way, it can kind of culminate in a performance like that in a game that matters the most. So to me, I just thought that was really special.
Dreggs legends, highlight of the season. The never die attitude that we had all year with partnerships, and Fez, me, at a pretty tight situation, getting the runs on the board and watching Fez dance down the wicket and hitting sixes over the top of my head, clearing one of the long off boundaries we played on that year. But it epitomised the season early on, that somebody was always ready each week to step up, and the roles were shared around, and brilliant bowling all weekend. But that for me was just such a corker, to be a bit of a part of it, and to watch a man get 99 or 100, depends on the stats, and who's keeping them.
Highlight of the grand final, well, you have to do the match-winning partnership of Bammy and Nihar. We didn't realise at the time, we were 2 wickets down, not many runs, going a bit slow. These boys ticked over the runs, slowly but surely, building up. And the run rate, I think they scored about four and half and over. Rest of the game was about 2 and over. Quick singles, the artistry of knowing exactly when to run, the picking the singles off that, the captain, the spinner, off every ball, putting the weight of the ball in the right place in the field, knowing when to target and hit boundaries and which bowler to target. It was an absolute masterclass, and I really think it was only undone by Nihar's hamstring, and we would have got a lot bigger total otherwise. But in the context of the game, both the scores were absolutely incredible, and you can't go past that as the highlight of the grand final.
My favourite thing about being part of the Dreggs, well, you're all a bunch of wankers, obviously, that's the first thing. But it's actually hard to define. There's no one similar thing, but you can feel the love of cricket just pumping through everyone's blood these last couple of years. And to ice the cake with a GF is, I think, something we all deserve. And somehow, like Bobby's forged, or he's forging a dynasty, and this is the very start of it. And it just makes you love the game. And I think there's two reasons for that. One's on a personal level, one's on a team level. And personal level, like it lets you every week go out and be a hero, and whatever that means to you, right? It could be mastering a new shot that you've struggled with or you can't pull off. It could be taking a catch after you've dropped one for a couple of weeks. It could be keeping out a bowler that you find really tricky. It could be anything, right? But I think that's a personal level, and everyone's got stuff they're working on or are challenged by. And it's really, really good to see guys sort of wrestling with that, because I think that's a big part of the game. But then also the team bit, the camaraderie, the individual stuff would be nothing without that. I played in douchebag sport teams before, and it's just not enjoyable. You turn up every week, and even if you have a good game personally, it doesn't matter, because, you know, no one's sort of gelling, no one sticks around at the end of the game. So it's got to be the camaraderie. Like, what's that old thing they say in rugby league? Like Gus Gould always bangs on about it. It's not a team of champions. It's a champion team, and he's dead right. We are a champion team, and it is fucking awesome to be a part of.
I love playing for the Dreggs because they are the best bunch of blokes. Now, it's been said a lot, but they really are. I often say that the best sports people are cricketers, because cricketers are social people. They love a chat, but they also love the dynamic of a team sport and cheering each other on. And nothing personifies that more than the Dreggs. I love Dazzler as a leader. I would die for him. I've been mates with Dazzler for so long, and we talk so much cricket over the years. And he leads the boys so well. He's a very understated leader. He gives everyone a fair go and creates that mateship and team camaraderie. So, boys, I love laughing with you. I love playing with you. I love talking about this many different topics that we all have, the very varied interests. But I love most of all that you're a positive bunch of blokes that support each other, and that's how it should be.
Yeah! Oh, that's it. Hey-ya! Oh, Andy's going on. Oh, hey, how are you? Congratulations. Shit, yeah. Hey-ya!
Hey, Tom, we're not going to have a beer, mate. Don't worry about that. They suck.
Yes, mate. Awesome. Great season.
How good. How good.
Very happy for these guys.
Oh, yeah.
Especially for Rob.
So happy for them. So happy for Rob. So happy for the boys. Oh, here we go.
Bobby, do it, Bobby, do it! Yeah, come on, boys! Hold on. I need to video this. Let's see.
I've got it.
Do we play them in big next year? Ha, that'd be nice.
Watch your eyes, boys.
Hiya! Here we go. The old Biote.